Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Basketball Wives Orlando. This is season 1, episode 6. I thank you for coming to my channel. Please like this video, share this video also, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments. You can also leave your comments on my commentary also. There's some important things I want to discuss within this episode, and I don't want to say where my allegiance is, but where I say that I'm just kind of just team these people, because things could have been either way for the past couple weeks, as we see in different episodes, but now, not after this episode. You can tell that there's something up, and we're not getting, we're getting the answers that we need in different ways. But anyways, let's get started. I'll probably just handle this and nip this in the bud, because this is one of the most important things I want to talk about, is Mackenzie and Rashard. Mackenzie travels to Minnesota, and the camera crew follows. And they spend all time together. I guess she goes out there every week to visit with him when she's not in Miami. Of course, right now, I guess he has a farm out there. They knew each other growing up anyways. But as of right now, I guess on his farm, the only thing that they don't have is horses. So they go to this horse place to ride horses. And they're doing their own thing. They've only been dating a few months. She says that she likes to keep this relationship private because of her last relationship with Dwayne was pretty public, and people were able to get into the relationship and tell the lies and all that good stuff, but you're still broken up. So I don't know what all that means. So later on, they go to dinner, and she just says they're so happy in their own love bubble. Only been a couple months, but a love bubble now. And they bring up the relationship. Rashard does not want to put a title on the relationship. Mackenzie says, well, I'm glad that we're building. Rashard's like, yeah, we're building. And then he starts talking about, if I want a side chick or something, I would let you know before I did it. I may be paraphrasing on that, but I'm like, what? And we'll discuss it. Well, isn't this what Danny spoke about? He wanted to open up the relationship. And he's talking to you a few months into the relationship about this. Now she is in her confessional. She's like, oh, well, Danny did tell me something about that. But I'm not too alarmed by that. Then she starts talking about this whole side chick thing. I understand that Rashard had side chicks because he wasn't happy with Danny. But over here, he's pretty happy. He's happy. I said, wait a minute now. You mean to tell me you are the answer to everything inside of him that doesn't make him want to cheat, even though you only been with him for a couple of months? Lady, you do sound like a side chick, and you sound foolish. Everything that Danny's saying is lining up to what she was talking about. And again, it's so weird since you just came out of that situation, ma'am. And now you want to get on this platform and act like, I'll just tell him about it. And what you got to say. Obviously, you just want to latch on to the next guy that you think that is just going to be there for you as far as within the basketball realm. Your daddy already outed you out. That you and your sister have a history of all of these relationship stuff going on with third parties and stuff, because y'all keep dating these men. So let's just say that, as I said last week, all Mackenzie is a passive aggressor. And just because she's quiet does not mean that she's the innocent person. And y'all trying to make Danny the bully. Do I think sometimes Danny need to back off? Yes. But obviously they want to play in our faces with this camera, her and Ashley. And I don't want the drama. I don't want that. I have my eye on you, Mackenzie, and it's not looking good for you. And Danny was right, as I say again. All right, so Nikki does an invite for all the ladies to come to her slumber party. She says, I know that I got stuff going on between Milan and Nick, but I still want to hang with them. But 2 episodes ago, you were crying that Milan body shamed you. And you still want to hang out with her over something you started. Because obviously you know you started something, and you just got to take the L. And now you got to be around these people that really dogged you out over what you started. Okay. All right. So we move on to Morgan and her mom. Her and her ex don't get along. At this point, I'm seeing that his name is being bleeped out. He does provide financially for the children, but he has no relationship with them. we get a little bit into her back history. Morgan had resentment towards her mom by how she was raised. Um, Morgan felt like her mom kept her from her dad. But what it was is that when her mom and dad were together, she ended up getting pregnant with Morgan. She did not know that the man had another a family. I think he was married and had a family, and he chose his family over her, and she moved on from that. Morgan also says that her mom told her that she was going to give her up for adoption, but she ended up changing her mind and raising her on her own. Morgan also says that she was the rebellious child out of the bunch. Oh, like that's too hard to actually understand. um, but she ends up just apologizing to her mom in regards to how she acted. Even her mom was saying, I just really chose peace and just didn't try to fight up against your dad to love you and take care of you. I'm paraphrasing, but I guess when things started hitting the fan with Morgan tried to stay with her marriage and save it, especially with how her upbringing was without her father, but it just wasn't working. She would go to her mom and ask her different things, and she ended up mouthing off to her mom about it. And she ended up apologizing to her mom that day. And her mom's like, that's fine. I get it. I guess it was just water under the bridge at the time. And some things you just don't see and you're just lashing out. And I think mom knows her baby and knows that she was hurting and lashing out. I think that's a great mom that can understand you even if you do attempt to try to hurt her. Try to attempt to hurt. But I think that her mom just wants her to get to a resolve with this man. But it looks like this man is pretty just petty and crazy all at the same time. She spent some time also with her daughter, the oldest one. I think is 12 years old. She does want to get her feelings and thoughts and all that, so she just plans this day of just doing her hair and all that good stuff. Let me see what that was at. The oldest child does say, it does bother her in regards to not being able to see her dad at this point, but I guess she's kind of understanding what's going on a little bit. As far as what's happening, I guess school-wise or sports-wise, Morgan's just talking to her, I want you to do more than just gymnastics. You got to pick something else. They want her to stay busy. And we know that the oldest one is in therapy right now. She's probably the one that's seen a lot of stuff that she probably should not have seen. So it was a nice moment to actually see some type of human moment, because these producers are just producing that this girl is a mean girl, and I know that there's more there. I'm ready to see Morgan purchase or get the building that she needed for her beauty school, So I want that, for her. Because right now, Ashley's getting good at it. Ashley's not acting out. Ashley's hardly saying anything and just kind of letting you look a fool. Let's see. Nick and Milan. Milan comes over to hang out with her. We're the fine girls. Nick said that she's ready to forgive Morgan and move on. I don't hold on to grudges like that. If Morgan is ready, hopefully she's on the same vibe, because they start talking about the pajama party. Milan, on the other hand, she's not that forgiving because she feels like Danny was not genuine with her apology. She was sent a text regarding the video. I guess Nikki did a live, and the punch was brought up on film, and I guess Danny was laughing about it. And from there, she's like, there's nothing there to repair. I'm just going to give her the same energy that she'd be giving others. I still feel like it was just a bad thing that happened. You got caught in the crossfire. That's how I feel about it. But it's more serious than that. Milan doesn't want to apologize, or Milan doesn't want to accept the apology. So it's like a big beef over something that I think could be squashed. Not after this episode, though. We also find out from Milan that her sisters that she let live in her home stole from her that quickly. Like, they was on camera just talking a good talk. So I think she said that they are in Cincinnati. I think she sent them back there. I think. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with those sisters, but we'll have to see. Let me see what else. I did that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Nikki's pajama party. The rules are no boys. We ain't talking about them. No phones, and it's just going to be a twerk fest. And everything's good. Everybody's having fun. And then, of course, how the scheduling is, guess who shows up? Morgan and Danielle. But before Morgan and Danielle come in, They step out of the truck and say, I don't know what's up, but my mom told me to just be calm. So what happened today is that Morgan was served papers. It's from her ex, and it's basically petitioning for a lower pay grade as far as child support in towards their trust fund. Now, nobody's supposed to know her address, and she's now trying to figure out who it's from. She speculates it's Ashley. I'm going to say this. Later on, let me just say now, Ashley, you said no when she was asked. Morgan says you're a liar. For some reason, Morgan just knows that you are a liar. She still got her documents for everything that was found out during court, during the divorce, about you. Ashley said when she was confronted about it at the thing, she don't even talk to him. But you talk to the new girlfriend or new wife. I don't know if it's wife yet, but at least girlfriend. It's like Ashley's getting caught up. Ashley don't really want to say nothing, but it's like we're going by what Morgan is saying, and it's just we're going to believe her. I believe her. Now, from a realistic standpoint, there's other things that could be taken. Production could have told Eric what's up. Wouldn't Eric know? I don't know the custody thing, if they actually share custody or whatever, but he just basically does not see his children. So if the children are on TV, then they would have to get a release. Those are certain questions that we can ask, like Eric already knew. We can go that angle. So do I have to believe Morgan in this thing? Yes, and I don't have to believe her. It's kind of up in the air. But Morgan does say that I do run a tight ship. This doesn't really happen, and we know by even the previews for next week, it's pretty serious about this. She's packing up and leaving because she does not want her husband to know where, or ex-husband, where she is at. It's that serious. So Morgan and what's her name? They get into it. Ashley, of course, Morgan gets up, but the security guards hold her back, and she says, when it comes to my children and the safety and all that, I will kill you. Oh, you threatened me? You threatened me on camera? But yeah, and I can't say that I disagree with that because of the nature. If Morgan was doing that all the time, then I would not excuse it and say, like, Morgan, you need to stop that. But no, what she is protective of is her home and the safety of her children. And she feels like Ashley gave it to Eric. I gotta believe so. I mean, if she's been taping the show secretly, I guess. I need a little bit more information, though. Maybe we'll get some more if there's a reunion. But yeah, so things get a little bit more hectic because now there was this trophy that was handed out, Girl Power Trophy, and it's to the one that was the most well-behaved. They asked some questions of one another, and I didn't write them down. But anyways, Danielle ended up getting it, or being the most behaved. And then right then and there, Milan wanted to cut in and says, I don't know, why are you getting this trophy and all this good stuff? Well, I didn't heard all this stuff on this live that you did, and you really was making fun of me getting punched, and that you think that I'm afraid to fight you. So what's up? What's up? So they get into it, all that good stuff. Of course, Morgan was waiting for a chance. Now that there's another fight breaking out, she throws something over by where Ashley is. Of course, she didn't make it or whatever. So they're hurling insults to one another, Milan and Danielle. Milan's like, that's why you sitting up here, still can't get over your ex because he's paying for everything that you got and for your children and all that. And Danielle's like, well, you on OnlyFans doing all this, da 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 da. So Danielle said on her, she tweeted out today that basically she earns her own money, and Rashard ain't even on child support. So I don't even know what's going on with Mackenzie. Said that that Danielle always got to harass Rashard for rent or something to that nature. But then she gives this receipt from Rashard basically saying you handle things on your own. Da, 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 da. Like, so that's a false narrative coming from Milan. She's just hearing stuff. Now, what is this thing about OnlyFans? I do not know. But of course the event was going to turn wicked. I kind of wish that Danielle and Morgan weren't production's puppets. Because all they do is make them kind of still look bad, but I still feel like they are vindicated as the episodes go on about what they're actually saying. I believe still Morgan and Danielle well over Ashley and Mackenzie. They're just staying quiet. So that's all I do have. Well, y'all can tell me what y'all think. Please like this video, share it, also subscribe. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel and getting in the comments. Peace.